made something delicious for the kids the other day, and then I ate a whole bunch of them. And my husband was like, why are those all gone? Like, because they were amazing. So I saw a recipe that someone else had made, and then I remade it because I always like have to make things that are simple, way too fancy. So then I remade it, and now I'm gonna show you how to make it. So these are the Costco favorites we're gonna put into this recipe: almond flour, oats, coconut oil, dates, a little bit of maple syrup, toasted coconut, and salt. We're gonna mix it all up in this beast. So because I found this recipe online that literally was just toasted coconut and dates, and it's like the TikTok pasta. I can't do anything simply. I was like, I wanna add some more vital nutrients to that. So then I was like, I'm gonna add almond flour. And then I wanted to make it sticky, and I didn't want to add peanut butter because that's usually my go-to for any sort of like protein balls or whatever. I had peanut butter, and I was like, no. So then I added maple syrup. And then one of my friends was like, is it too sweet with dates and maple syrup? But it wasn't. It was like to die for. And so I want to make this recipe bigger. So I'm not totally sure on my ingredients and how much to use of each. So I might have to play with this recipe a little bit. But my kids love these, and they're super yummy for breakfast, and just kind of a nice switch from your classic protein ball. So first we're gonna toast this coconut. I like to put as many things as I can in glass, but then I get tired, and then I just have bags of stuff. So Dr. Shannon would be like, Jodes, why is this still in plastic? I know, like, I just wish the world was like Little House on the Prairie, where you would just like go to the store and they would fill this up with flour, coconut. They probably didn't have coconut. It was a simpler time. My grandma used to just get like one orange in her stocking for Christmas. That was like, that's your vitamin C for the winter. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm doing a cup, and I'm gonna toast it. And I'm probably gonna forget about it and then do this twice, because that happens all the time. Okay, so literally so funny. There's smoke in here. My husband called me downstairs to check something. Oh my gosh. This is too funny. The alarm's gonna go off any second. This wasn't even for comedy. This is the worst it's been. Oh my gosh. I gotta take care of this. I better turn this camera off. The funniest part about that is that I used the toast function because I was toasting coconut. And yeah, I assure you the same thing happens when I broil anything. So let's try this again. I set the timer for 6 minutes, which was obviously, I don't know, 4 minutes too long. So I'll definitely do less. I just think that's so funny because that was not for show. Okay guys, my alarm didn't go off. Like, we'd freaking die in the night if there was a fire here. Okay, let's make this brown, not black. My whole house smells like burning. It's really gross. So I'm not sure how much almond flour to put in here. It's funny because I usually serve breakfast for my kids. I usually have something like a muffin or a little bite like this or a protein thing, and then some blueberries and some almonds or something. So I'm always like, should I still give them almonds when they've had almond flour? My deep thoughts. So I'm gonna start with 3/4 of a cup. Put it into my food processor. And then I'll maybe add more stuff as I go. Wish I could be sponsored by Costco. It's like the greatest store. Oh my gosh, it's toasted properly. Oh geez. See? That's what it should look like. Oh, it smells so good. So good. This is where tennis elbow. Pause. I feel like I'm 105 and my body is literally full of ailments. I asked myself, do I have fibromyalgia? What's happening? My gosh, these are like almost already toasted. They must just be really like not processed, these ones. I've never bought them before. But whenever Costco's got some, and so I did 3/4 of a cup again. I love how my recipes are more just like you hanging out with me than teaching you how to cook anything. Dates. I know you all think this is too much, but I'm gonna use 3/4 of a cup. think dates have some really vital nutrients. And even though they have an expiry that's like 3 years from now, they always smell like booze. A little boozy. Alcohol for breakfast helps the children focus at school. Have you heard that stat? I'm gonna add just shy of a teaspoon because I love salt. Salt makes sweet awesome. I think I'm gonna add about 1/3 of a cup of coconut oil. I like to get that coconut oil into my boys, my little athletes. Yesterday, Colston had like, I don't know, 4 hours of exercise or something. So I want to give him all those good fats. There we go. We'll test it for its consistency. I'm still gonna add just a 1/4 cup of maple syrup because I feel like I'd rather have it be less sweet and taste it and check it than anything else. I don't like too sweet ever, especially for breakfast. Okay, so we've got it all in here. Looking good. It's a bit oily, so I'm adding another 1/2 cup of oats, and we're gonna keep going. See, this is a good consistency. It's like a Lara bar, and it keeps a shape, but it's not too greasy. So we'll form these up and then dip them in chocolate. My husband just said, why does it smell like burning up here? Okay, so I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup of Chip-Its, or any sort of like, actually I'm gonna do less. Just makes it hard to dip. Like I don't actually need that much chocolate. I'm gonna do a 1/2 cup. My sister's like, you always need that much chocolate. I'm gonna put it in my double boiler pot that I have from Pampered Chef that I love because it's like not clunky and pointless like a lot of kitchen things you have that you don't really need. And then I just set it in my saucepan with about 1/2 teaspoon of coconut oil. Awesome. And then we'll dip it and drizzle it. Okay, so I have my favorite small scoop from Pampered Chef. If you don't have these things, like I don't sell Pampered Chef, but I could peddle that stuff. I love Pampered Chef so much. Anyways, so I'm gonna use my small scooper. I have like so many ailments. Like this hurts my elbow. That's my commitment in the next 3 months, is getting my ailments under control because I'm not 100 and stuff just keeps happening. Okay. So I could form it into a ball, but for fun, I'm gonna make it like a small patty. Look at that. Isn't that cute? So I always like to give you a little inspiration, even in a cooking video, with something I'm like working on or struggling with lately. In the mastermind I'm in, we decided to pick 5 things in this next quarter. So Q2, you guys, it's Q2. We decided to pick 5 things that if we got a handle on would really change how we feel. And mine are mostly related, not to the podcast. The podcast is easy and fun for me to work on, not to growing an Instagram following, but to like getting rid of the background noise, the static, which is the clutter in my garage. I'm a person who like, I really get insecure about organizing things. And so then I have like my Costco toilet paper in the bottom of my big walk-in closet. And under my shelves in the bathroom, it's just empty. I feel like I have a lot of actual storage space, but I get overwhelmed about how, and I make up all these things about not being good at organizing, which I'm really not. Sometimes it's just call a spade a spade. But I don't want to live like that anymore. I want to fill those spaces that I have with the stuff that should be there. So I just ordered 2 books, Personal MBA and Unstuff Your Life, because I guess he tells you put all these things in one area. I tried to watch that Marie Kondo show and I was like so bored. So I couldn't do it because I hate learning about organization. Like I just don't care. So anyways, those are the things. I'm working on 5 things in my life, and I don't think I'm sure that I have 5 right now, but I'm working on setting up a home office because sometime I want to work remotely. So if you build it, they will come. That's the field of dreams. I'm also moving my kids to a different room, organizing the garage, filling my cupboards the way they should be. And I'm working on my physical body. So if it's physio, what do I do? Physio, chiro, acupuncture, and massage. Those are my 4 go-tos. And I'm going to get this tennis elbow. I'm going to do the physio, take the time it needs. And I'm going to work on my physical body so that in 3 months, maybe I can go out for a jog again without putting my back out. So I've got to take the time to fix the things I'm struggling with, because I keep hoping that if I ignore them, they'll go away. And what do I know in life? If you ignore stuff, it doesn't go away. It usually festers and gets worse. So that's your 2-minute inspiration. And that's what I'm working on for this quarter. So I'm super excited to struggle through that, because I hate all those things, and then share it with you and we can all grow together. Okay, so now easy peasy, just gonna dunk one side of this like that, and then lay it on my parchment paper, and then I'm going to drizzle the tops. I don't want it to be too much on each one, but every time I get a new spoon, I struggle. That's so good. Amazing.